Okay, and we're back. So, give me a second. Need to. I think I'll lower down the volume a little bit. Just a little bit. This much. Okay. So, we're back with. Like Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. So yesterday I started playing, and I didn't expect it to be. I didn't expect it to be like this story heavy, you know, because I at first was like, okay, you give me a couple of cutscenes in between, you know, give some story. I didn't expect it to be like a full, okay, I would say full visual novel experience, but it's a partial visual novel experience, okay, because you do have to fight and stuff. Like, I expected yesterday to like, okay, if there's multiple characters, like the stories about them, like I thought I would finish one character's story, but it was kind of hefty. Like one cutscene itself will be like 5 to 10 minutes long, without me commentating. But after I commentated, like one cutscene will at least take around 15 minutes. So I'm quite surprised by it. Okay, and I'm enjoying it so far. Okay, and of course, our main protagonist, Narukami, he basically casually, he like talked to the, like, he basically like flirted with the girl. Well, I don't want to say flirted, it's more like he, for for lack of a better term, he rizzed her. Okay, so let's get back to the story. We only able to like fight 2 or 3. I think 2. First is Hanamura, and we just defeated um Yukiko. Okay, so we left Yukiko back at the previous room because only the winner can go up to the next room. Okay, but it seems that this new girl, the president of the student council, she's like, she's able to walk all around school. So I assume that this is her. I assume that this is her place, okay, her palace or something, or like her palace or something. Okay, let's go. In any case, I need to keep chasing after Miss President. And now, I immediately see a recognizable feature, her long ponytail. I found her. Miss President turns around in response to my voice. She's smiling. I wasn't expecting that at all. This calmness. Had she expected that I would follow her? I'm beginning to feel like she's toying with me. But I understand now. Nothing I can say to her will change her mind. There's no helping it then. Narukami, you just left Yukiko, one of your girls, like 5 seconds ago. Dude, come on. Yeah, I think this is a good translation. I thought that I'll be able to keep her in check by saying that her life was in danger, but she didn't seem to take any notice. She just shrugged and accepted my proposal. She's quite hard to deal with. I'm not sure if she knows how I'm feeling, but she speaks up. Right? There's a moment of silence. Just as I'm about to ask her to go on, Miss President continues. She must still be thinking about my fight with Yukiko. True, I'm slightly hesitant to talk about any of this, but it's a question that must be answered. That's how it feels to me.
避けられるなら避けたいさ。だけど俺は仲間を信じるよ。
それ戦っても相手の人があんたのこと嫌いにならんってこと？それともあんたも戦いたないって相手の人もわかるってこと？
どうだろうな。両方かもしれない。そもそも理由がなければ仲間と戦うことなんてありえないだろう。
Will she believe that answer? I study Miss President's face, but when she opens her mouth, she has an unexpectedly gloomy look in her eyes.
それが殺し合いやったら？
Oh shit, she killed somebody. Kill each other? I truly hadn't anticipated that question. I'm caught off guard by how I hadn't even considered it. It's true that there's no guarantee that this General Teddy won't suddenly decide to make us fight to the death on a whim.
ごめんな。なんや物騒なこと聞いてしもて、なんでそない言うたか自分でもようわからん。
She killed somebody.
そんなことはさせない。
Even if I was forced into such a situation, I would never follow that order. That's all I can say for now. That's all I can say right now. I think we know how. Basically, like, bring Nanako into this, and I can say that there's a chance that he might actually do it. But after hearing my answer, Miss President cast her eyes down again. After seeing that behavior, how do I put this? Felt a sense of incongruity. Why could that be? Something doesn't feel like her. Could Miss President be carrying some imaginable burden that she has yet to confide us? Is it so heavy that she would ask that question of me? Speaking of which, if General Teddy does turn out to be her shadow, what does that mean about whatever repressed thoughts that she truly has? Okay, like, if I'm not mistaken, okay, like, P5, basically, like, they have to face reality. P3 also as well, okay? Wait. Mitsuru was already awakened. Akiko is already awakened. Junpei was... Wait, P3 we don't see them awakening truly, okay? Except for the protagonist, okay? Protagonist... P3 doesn't... We don't really see much of her awakening. But in the episode Aegis, the post-game basically, I remember, like, we actually, like, kind of, like, get a glimpse of why they awaken. But we don't really see them awakening that much, okay? So P3 is kind of like off the scene, but there must be a reason. P5, it's more of a... P5 is more of a, like, get to face the reality and have the courage to move on. P4, I feel like it's more personal, yeah, because it involves facing your dark side, facing your dark thoughts, okay? So in a sense about that, it is very personal. So that's why, like, I kind of like it kind of match because, like, Yasuo Inaba, right, where P4 take place, it's a very like a small tight-knit community, but in P5 we are basically in Tokyo, okay? So it's very busy, there's so many people. So rather than focus on the individual, you focus more on the society, okay? So both have its ups and downs, but you can make people more connected with P4 idea. Suddenly, it seems that her courage and cheerful demeanor are a mirror image of that, and a slight sense of fear chills my spine. My thoughts race through my head while we walk down the hallway.
何やってはるの?
I thought I broke my nose for a moment. It's that invisible wall again. Even though I should have been expecting them, I relaxed my guard and walked right into one. I hold my nose and wave away Miss President, who looks
見え
concerned.
ない壁がある。ここは通れないみたいだ。
見えない壁？ああ、それであんた時々パントマイムみたいになってはったん？うちが普通に通れるとこ見ると大会参加者だけ通れんようになるいうことやろね。ほんま決体やね、この世界。
Miss President walks right through the place I bump into, so that must be the case. As I imagine, Miss President is unaffected by these walls. Is it because she's not one of the fighters in the Grand Prix? Of course, if General Teddy really is a shadow, maybe the normal rules don't apply to her. The entrance to the school building is ahead of us, but perhaps worst of all is that wall I had just walked into is blocking me from reaching there. I just had to find some other way. No, there are walls there too, and the same can be said for the direction towards the entrance. A thought crosses my mind as I check back the way we had come. As I thought, another invisible wall has formed where I had just passed, and I can't go back. With walls in every direction, there's no way to go but forward. I'm trapped. And if I can't go anywhere, this can only mean one
注
thing.
意しろ。おそらくこれは。
Chie? The moment I call out to Miss President, General Teddy appears on the monitor in the entryway. It means my third round in the P-1 Grand Prix is about to begin.
先生、お花大丈夫かま？もうそそっかしいんだから。
まだその姿を続けるつもりか。お前の茶番は飽きた。もう正体を明かしたらどうだ。
あら、先生ったらご機嫌斜めくまね。何を言っとるか全然わからんくまよ。
I was intentionally trying to rile him up, but he wasn't falling for it. It looks like I'm not going to get him to reveal anything that way. I quickly changed
それ
tactics.
で次の相手は誰だ。
先生ったらやる気満々ね。さては仲間をぶん殴るのが快感になってきたくまね。オッケー。次の対戦者出てこいくま。
My money's on Chie. The general doesn't pick up on my intention and loudly yells out what appears to be his pre-battle catchphrase. Smoke pours out, and who should appear from the smoke but the person I was expecting to see. 4 of us entered the TV together. I already fought against Yosuke and Yukiko. Then
だと思ったよ。最後の一人だからな。
だよね。私も君じゃないかって思ってた。
Chie laughed along with me. For the moment, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with her words and actions, but I can't let my guard down around her. After all, I felt the same way when I encountered Yukiko too. But as they say, the third time's a charm. I had to see if she is in her right mind. I decided that the best way to do is to be calm and start a conversation
佐
with
藤
her.
気づいているか。この戦いの目的は。
Before I can begin to explain, Chie cuts me off.
知ってる。私たちが喧嘩するようにって相手の言葉がおかしく聞こえるんだよね。
Fuck. She is the smartest of all? Chie will sometimes like stumble onto the truth, okay? Among all, I was expecting at the very least, Yosuke is the one that found out.
大丈夫。君は事件が終わるなり私たちのことを置いてったクソ野郎だけど大事な仲間だもん。
Wait. Hold on. Wait, can I? I can't make this speak again. You're the son of a bitch who left us as soon as the case ended.
てか、あんたたちなんて所詮ただ友達同士で戦わされてるだけじゃない。こっちなんて散々殺し合いだったんだ。あんたら人間のせいでさ。
Huh? Now this is obvious. Chie is clearly not herself. It's so blatant her words don't offend me at all. Moreover, it's not just out of character, but Chia would never say anything like that. And you humans? That's as good as confessing that you're not human. Oh, right. Carnival, was it? Miss President is watching us from nearby. She looks more dumbfounded than worried. Still, what Chia said at the end caught my attention. I had to keep killing over and over. Shadow?
殺し合いか。さっき会長も言ってたな。やはりこれは。
痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い。苦しい苦しい苦しい苦しい苦しい苦しい。あんたたちにだって同じ痛みを味合わせてやるって言ってんのよ。
She's not trying to sound like Chia anymore. I can't even begin to understand what she's talking about. But if a shadow is intentionally making people say these things, what does this mean about Miss President? Killing each other? All because of humans? What kind of secret past could the new student council president of the Yasogami High be harboring? No, now's not the time for this. I'll have to look into this after we clear out the confusion between us. Yeah, but it's... Okay, so basically they're going with the idea of... like, Shadow is twisting their perception. But... I think maybe that. I thought it was actually like, that's the Shadow Chie.
やるぞ、サトナか。
I ignore her words and draw my sword. Immediately, Rise's voice echoes through the area, as if she was waiting for this.
さて早くもグランプリ3回戦。下馬評ではちょっと肉食獣有利かな。口ばっかで実力の伴わない丸上先輩は果たしてこの戦いに勝利することはできるでしょうか。
Rise would never say that to us.
P-1 グランプリいくよ。レディー
Rise would never say that.
Round final. Fight.
を守りきれるのか。お互い手柄が欲しいところですね。
I was able to trigger one of the special moves, but not the ultimate move. I've won. I lower my sword and begin slowing my breath. I don't believe I've injured Chia too badly. Considering this was my third time having to do this, I feel like I'm getting pretty good at not having to seriously wound people in a fight.
得意そうな顔しちゃってこんなのちっとも面白くないクマよ。
General Teddy has seen the fights ended without any injuries and spits his words through the monitor. The image on the monitor then disappears without anything further. Let him say whatever he wants. I fought all the friends I came into the TV with and none of them are hurt. All that's left is to head to the announcement room and make sure Nanako is safe, and then we'll be able to go home. I walk over to Chia and help her off the ground. She's come back to her senses, and she seems a little sheepish. Come on. Come on. There's no way we're gonna say number 2. She's gonna beat the crap out of us, for real.
なんとかね。しかし強いな。差とか感じちゃってちょっとショックかも。
Look at who's talking. I've never been kicked around so badly in my life. I wait for Chia to reach her feet and then tell her everything that's happened up to this
よか
point.
った。じゃあみんな無事なんだね。はあ しようかと思ったよ。
She is so relieved that she sits down on the floor once more. Can't help but smile at the reaction. She really does care about her friends. Yeah, these are the people I believed in. Seeing us exchange smiles like nothing was wrong, Miss President sounds perplexed when she speaks up.
あんたらほんまに仲ええんやね。羨ましいわ。
そりゃあね、事件のおかげで年中いつも一緒だったしね。わけわかんないこと言われて確かにびっくりしたけど、本当はそんなことするはずないってわかるから。あれてか誰？
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, I forgot about that. I quickly introduce Miss President and tell Xie that she may be the victim of this case. But she should have recognized her, right? Think about it. She is the president of the school. Student body president. But Xie looks again at Miss President suspiciously. Because, okay, with Yukiko you can argue that she's not interested in other people, right? Okay? Like if you remember Yukiko at the early parts of the game, you're like, oh, what are you again? That's her. That's how she reacted, okay? But for Chie, she's very she socializes with everybody, okay? If Chie doesn't recognize her, she's not real.
え、生徒会長ってうちの学校の？
あ、
それちょい違くない？新しい生徒会長って確か男子だったような。
See?
何言うてはらん？うちは会長や。それ以外の何や言うの？
No, I trust Chie more.
いや、間違いはないと思うんだけど。あ、そうだ、名前聞いていい？
名前？
Miss President stops moving. What's going on? She can't tell us her name? That's not strange. That's not that strange a question, is it? But for some reason, Miss President seems unable to answer. I sense some kind of incoherent melancholy from here. She and I share the tense
う
glance.
ちはうちの名前は
Oh shit, we gotta fight her.
どうした？
うちの記憶。いやいや、もう戦いとうない。東方殺しなんてちゃう。
Kill one another? I guess when I heard the words fall from her mouth. I don't know what's crossing her mind right now, but she's definitely not acting normal. And I glance at Chie and then try to approach Miss President in the hopes of calming her down. Is she gonna awaken? Without warning, Miss President begins flailing her arms as if trying to ward off demons that only she can see. Chie reaches out and touches her in concern. Miss President's arm catches Chie and easily knocks her side. What power! I barely managed to catch Chie before she slammed into the concrete wall. God damn! Still, this sudden breakdown. What in the world happened to Miss President? Once I help Chie back to her feet, we carefully approach her from both sides. This will be a little rough, but it can't be helped. We can't ask her anything while she's like this. But at that moment, before I know it, Miss President is flying through the air. She was jumping. For a moment, I can't comprehend what I'm seeing. This is no ordinary leap. She was at a standstill, but now her entire body is suddenly up higher than my head. Her jumping ability is unbelievable. Chie and I look up in astonishment as Miss President kicks off the ceiling to change the direction and lands at a full run.
あの子、何者？私、そんな怒らすようなことを言った？てか今、記憶がどうなって。
思えば彼女、記憶が少し混乱しているらしかった。もしかして、それを取り戻しかけたのかも。
いきなりあんなぶっ飛んで逃げるって、それ、どんな記憶？
Can't answer Chie at all. What if you had to kill each other? I hear Miss President's sad voice in my head. Chie apparently wasn't expecting me to answer her, and she continues.
私、ここで待ってるからさ。絶対にあの子、助けてあげてよ。
Her voice is strong and confident. To drive the point home, she pokes my chest with her finger as if ordering me. Even though she might be in danger herself, she's still worrying about others. Yeah, she's like that, okay? I can believe, like, she's more... We can see her, like, trying to protect the guy that badmouths her. To the point that she say, if you want to beat me up. Like, that's cool. Like, I can see if they write like a proper romance scene, I can see Chie is higher up my list. But like I say, my list for P4 is it goes from Yumi, Yukiko, and then Naoto, and then Mari. Think that makes me really happy right now. I asked Chie if she'll be alright on her own. She fires back, let me worry about that. I nod to her and begin running after Miss President once more. I'll save her no matter what. Even though I was running as fast as I could, the invisible walls keep preventing me from making such headway. I attempted to strike at the walls with my persona, but nothing happened.
見えない壁が次々。会長は通れるんだとすると、この先を終えるかどうか。
Yeah, but who will come after this? Like, we still have Kanji and Teddy, but Teddy is like the boss. Kanji we haven't seen at all. Auto? Or Rise? The announcement room is still my destination. There's no way to know if that's where Miss President is headed as well. But if there's a shadow waiting for me there, I need to get there anyway. You know one thing about P4, right? Spoiler alert a bit. P4, there are 3 people that are blessed. There are 3 people that are blessed with I would say the power to awaken, or like the beginning. It's like, let's just say that someone like there are 3 people who awaken, okay? So without a doubt, the protagonist. Next is Namatame, and the last one is, okay, I'm not gonna say the last one, but like, we've seen the other guy and protagonist, okay? Both of them have Izanagi. Namatame, we didn't see him, you know, we didn't see his persona. We did kind of see his shadow, we didn't see his persona. The funny thing is, like, when we start, we don't fight our own shadow. We help other people fight their own shadows, okay? And about the other guy that I don't want to spoil, I feel like he's more of a, like, he have his persona, but at the same time he merged with his shadow, is what I get from his, you know, his reaction, his behavior. Namatame, we haven't seen him like take up personas. It's more like he's being led by something, and that something I assume is shadow. I assume. Teddy and Risa should be in the announcement room, and if Nanako is being held captive, that's where she'd be as well. I have to keep running, but yet another wall blocks the hallway. At first, I think that this is a dead end. I realize I can cut through a classroom and come out on the other side of the wall. It's forcing me to enter a room, rather than letting me go straight. This probably means... I brace myself and put my hand on the door. The moment I step inside, a familiar voice echoes in my mind. Okay, this is Rise.
この声というか感覚。リセなのか本物の。
Rise, homono. Her voice isn't coming from the PA system. I'm actually hearing in my head. This has to be the work of Rise's persona.
変な偽クマに捕まって、それからずっと一人で。先輩たちはなんか戦っちゃっ
can hear the relief in her voice. She sounds so different from the insensitive, rude voice that had been coming from the PA system. This is indeed the Rise I know.
今どこにいる？俺の位置が特定できるか？
ごめんなさい、あまり時間ないかも。今放送室に捕まってて。
Wait, this could be a trap.
お願い先輩、早く来て。じゃないとあいつが。
It's a trap, right?
リセ、どうしたリセ？
There is no answer. The communication has been cut off. Has something happened in the announcer room? Very sus. My heart begins racing. The enemy made us fight each other as participants in this tournament, but they had captured Rise as well. It's clear to me they must have been worried about her using her Persona's power to tell us the truth, but that's not important right now. If she was just captured to prevent her from contacting us, then the enemy must take Rise as being less valuable than those who had to fight. Is she? She sounded okay, but who knows what might happen to her now? I have to hurry.
試案中とお見受けしますが、失礼します。
A hand brushes my shoulder. In surprise, I jump away and draw my sword. I can't believe that I let myself so lost that I didn't notice someone until they touched me. This is the second time I let myself get so distracted. I've gotten used to having my friends with me while we investigated last year. I can't pay attention to the entire world on my own. I need to brace myself. Why? 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 Why are you here? Why? I look up and see another unfamiliar face. A girl with blonde hair and striking blue eyes. Wait, a girl? Her face and voice seems human-like, but the rest of her, there's metal everywhere, all over her body. For a moment, I wonder if this is an elaborate costume, but I can see the interior framework of her body where her joints
驚
connect.
かせてしまってすみません。
君は、その体。
はじめまして、アイギスと申します。お考えの通り、人間ではありません。
You know, talking about, I guess, not being human. Back in P3, I wonder if the rest noticed that she's not human. Like, except for our group. It's like everybody just accepted her. At school.
あなたは紹介 VTR によると、鋼のシスコン番長、鳴神さんでありますね。
The question catches me off guard. I wasn't expecting a complete stranger to call me that. And did she say she wasn't human? It's, well, Yosuke called me by that stupid title. I knew it was a joke, but when a stranger says it, it sounds like they truly believe it. Not wrong though. This is a pain.
誤解だ。確かに七子は大切だが、そんな呼ばれ方をするほどじゃない。
Accepted, man! No, wait a second. I was trying to play it off, but I ended up blurting out Nanako's name anyway. Calm down. I need to take this conversation away from this subject. I clear my throat and try to start over.
さんでしたっけ？なぜここに？
You know, it makes sense because P3 and P4 are very close together. Okay? And they're only, like, if I'm not wrong, 2 years apart. It's like 2008, 2010. Okay, something like that. That's the original game release, if I'm not mistaken. Okay? So, like, they should be like fresh high school graduates around the time.
私たちの本来の目的はシャドウの総統ですが、この世界へはある任務のためにやってきました。
シャドウの総統？
She fights shadows? But how can she do that if...
ということは？
はい、私もペルソナ能力を持っています。体は機械ですが、ペルソナは心の力ですので。
Just as I thought. I'm surprised to find another persona user outside my group of friends, and a robot on top of that. I can't come to grips with all of this. from the way we were talking, she just seemed like a normal person, only in an interesting suit. True, I've seen stories on the news about robots looking uncannily like real humans, but is it something like this far beyond those? And also another thing that, you know, Aegis is in P3, and then we don't see any in P5, right? Any robot, android like. As enemies maybe, yes, but as a individual, doesn't matter if like friend or like enemy, I don't think we have that. Still, I can't help but believe the evidence in my own eyes. I mean, I've been hopping in and out of TV for the past year. Who am I to say what's strange or not? Perhaps the technology behind her creation has supernatural roots of its own. Now that's true. I find myself growing more and more interested in how she came to be here, but I have to put that aside for now. There's something I need to find out from her first. The P1 Grand Prix. It's so familiar to the events of last year, but to think that it would involve someone like her. Wait. The original video of the P1 Grand Prix introduction, do we have the P3 members as well? Because I would remember if they mentioned like Junpei or Mitsuru. I don't have a clear picture of everything that's happening, that's for sure. I call myself, then ask her what I would tell, what I feel. I call myself, then ask her what I feel would tell me what she's doing in this world. She opens her mouth to respond, but just then, the monitor inside the classroom turns on. It's at that moment that I suddenly remember. It's likely that I'm going to have to fight here. I've forgotten about sensing that when I entered the room. Oh, they joined? The general on the monitor gives me a twisted smile. Could Egi-san's mission be something that would cause him trouble? I can't figure out what his motives are, but he's using us to crush each other. In other words, she's the next challenger that's being set against me. This kind of like actually like further strengthen the fact that that Miss President is actually the owner of this place, because if Aegis is in here and she's forced to fight us, meaning she's also became a participant. If they really want for like Miss President to be restricted, they could have done so. The fact that they didn't means that they can't control her. Egi-san seems to understand this as well, and is staring at the monitor with a quiet animosity. Have she fought? Aegis-san is refreshingly straightforward about this. She immediately takes a fighting stand. A bitter thought comes to me. It's tough being forced to fight my friends, but having to hurt someone that I don't even know is just as bad. Another thought comes on the heel of that. I don't know this girl. Perhaps her appearance here means that there's urgent problems that an ordinary student like me can't fathom. What gives me the right to stop her on her mission? Shouldn't I know what's at stake before I take that from her? Thankfully, it seems that she hasn't gone mad like my other friends. Perhaps the enemy doesn't care about clouding the minds of people who don't know each other. If we're still capable of understanding each other, then we should talk this out before we do anything. Egi-san says this so quickly as if she's reading my mind. For a moment, I'm struck by how she could have known what I was thinking, but I realized that she's right. Aegis does have the ability to like understand emotions because that's how she connected with Toromaru. What good would it be for us to talk things over? True, the loser cannot leave this room, but until we have a battle, neither of us is going anywhere. It doesn't really matter if we can come to an understanding or not. Until we have our fight, none of our goals are going to be accomplished. If that's the case, then it's better we don't hear each other's problems before we fight. That could be why Aegis-san haven't told me anything. This must be her version of kindness. I suddenly read in my short. Aegis-san appears to smile when I do. Right, I'm not going to give up on what I'm fighting either. I need Nanako and my friends to be safe. And I have to make sure that Mrs. President is okay. I'll use everything I can to protect them. Thank her for her consideration. I make a point to announce that I'm ready to start a fight.
なら行くぞ。手加減は無用だ。
お相手します。
It is roughly around 20 minutes.
Round final. Fight!
God dang it. God damn it. God damn it. God damn. God damn. God damn, that was close. You know, maybe I should do the training behind the scenes. Oh yeah, earlier I got myself like a SSD. Well, I do have SSD for my OS. Okay, like I've been using it for like close to a decade. Okay, like it's a 250 gigs for my OS, and I just bought like an SSD just for gaming. I bought a 4TB and put it in. Okay, and I was able to load like Kingdom Come Deliverance like very fast. So I do want to play Kingdom Come Deliverance too, but now I'm got hooked on personal. You know, I got hooked on this game, and as you guys know, I would like to play it until I finish. Okay, so I want to enjoy the game, but I also want to finish the game as soon as possible.
うひょー、さすが先生ね。そんなポンコツ相手にならんかったくま。いい君ね。もっともっと苦しめばいいくま。友達同士みんなで一緒になって潰し合えばいいくまよ。
A machine with the power of persona. She was made to fight shadows, but I had no idea what she was capable of. I feel like my mind's been drained even more than my body. It angers me to see that General is watching over us with an expression of joy, as if we were some performance for his amusement. I look up and glare at the monitor.
俺たちを争わせるのかはわからない。だが、こんなことをしても無駄だ。俺たちは決して憎み合って戦うわけじゃない。互いを認めているからこそ戦えるんだ。
A low growl. That's the only sound I hear. The real Teddy never made such a hateful sound. It's actually rather scary. Well, if you're talking about Teddy, there's actually another Teddy. The image on the monitor distorts along with that outburst. The general is having trouble remembering to act as someone else, and his face bulges and ripples disturbingly as his head pours through the screen. Any pretense of copying the adorable, stupid stupidity of the real Teddy is like gone now. I noticed that the voice spinning out these hateful words is not Teddy either.
洗いを認める憎み合って戦うわけじゃない。あんたらがそうでも私は違う。
I think it's her.
戦いたくもないのに戦わされて何もかもこの手でぶっ壊したのよ。あんたらだって同じ思いをすりゃいい。友達ってやつらのことをぶっ壊してみりゃいい。こんなことなら相手をぶっ殺さなきゃ先へ進めないルールにしとくんだったわ。
It's her. The general on the monitor continues to
一
rage.
体何の話をしている。なぜこんな大会を用意したんだ。
The moment I say that, I feel that all the dots have become connected. When Miss President had asked out of the blue if we were going to be forced to kill each other, that ominous muttering of killing one another, were those both something that had come caught directly from her past? Maybe she had been forced to fight against people she didn't want to fight. Had she been forced to destroy something that was precious to her? The only thing that comes into mind is the P-3 experiments. There's no way to know for sure, but it's possible. Considering this, it kind of explains why her shadow would have created a tournament like this. That is, she wanted us to feel what she went through. I might not be entirely correct, but I feel like I'm close to the truth. Should I just ask General Teddy about my suspicions? I'm considering to raise my voice.
エキセントリックお邪魔いたします。
Oh. Okay. Why? Someone came crashing through the ceiling. Margaret, take your sister back. What in the world? I rushed over to Aegis to protect her from the falling debris. When I look up, I see a young woman emerge from the cloud of dust. While not as strange as Aegis, she seemed a little uncommon as well. A little? But besides that, why did she have to come through the ceiling? This room has doors. It makes no sense at all. I was about to get to the heart of the matter with General Teddy, but the monitor in this room has been destroyed, along with the ceiling. So she seems obviously oblivious to my confusion. The girl cocks her head and apologizes again.
これは失礼いたしました。人がいるとはめんつゆ知らず。
めんつゆ。
そばつゆ。おつゆ。まあ、とにかくそんな感じでございます。
What the hell is she talking about? Who in the world is this person? Wait a second. That blue suit she's wearing. The blue suit she's wearing, it looks familiar. And with like silver hair and golden eyes, could it be?
まあ、これが世に言うナンパでございましょうか。外見のみで異性を判断して声をかけ、その内面が己の推察通りであるか否かにかける禁断の儀式。
いや、そうじゃない。俺の知り合いに似ていたもので。
Okay, so that actually sounded like I really was hitting on her. What did he say? Too bad I can't like play the voice. No, I need to stop thinking about that. In any case, I need to ask her something.
マーガレットという名前の知り合いがいないか。
マーガレット。
When she repeats her name, her face seems surprisingly youthful. I've been taken aback by her bizarre speech and action, but could this girl be younger than me? No way. Right? Because at the very least, she should be the same age as P3 protagonist, and P3 protagonist is like older than Narukami. I can't figure out exactly how to speak to her. Should I be more polite? I guess that doesn't matter too much. Anyway, worrying about the niceties isn't the most important thing right now.
というか、まずはお互いの名前か。俺は鳴上優。
失念しておりました。私、エリザベスと申します。それといたしましても、このような陳腐偏僻な場所で 思いがけず懐かしい呼び名を耳にしました。
You think of this word as mundane faith? That's confusing. Yasuinaba may be out in the countryside, but I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. This girl Elizabeth suddenly bows elegantly to
あなたのお
me.
っしゃる通り、マーガレットとは私の姉の呼び名。つまりあなたはかの部屋のお客様ということでフィニッシュでございますね。
So this kind of like solidify. Well, okay, this is like a spin-off, so it doesn't really say, but they kind of like connect the dots that like the sisters are originally from one place and had been dispatched, but now the problem is that Igor is not there. So how are they gonna like continue on with the continuity? Like P5, like it's made P5. Okay, we do have Igor, but that's also not fully Igor. Okay, so it because the real voice actor passed away, and they only use whatever they have recorded before with him, and use it in P5. P6, I'm wondering how it's gonna go. Like, forget, like, a lot of people arguing about, oh, P6 is gonna be like a girl protagonist. Me, like, what happened to Igor? Like, how is it gonna be? So she's Margaret's sister. That would explain why she reminds me of her.
エリザベスさんか。まあそうなるかもしれないな。確かに俺にはあの部屋を訪れていた時期がある。
You just went there. I wonder why we haven't stopped by the Velvet Room again. Igor, Margaret, and now Elizabeth. It seems that there are more people who call that place home than I thought. Wait, you left out Mary. I think I'm glad I met Margaret last year instead of this girl. Agree!
だがベルベットルームの住人がなぜここに？もしかしてマーガレットから伝言か何か？
絶賛職務放棄中でございます。
ああ、そう。
Oh, if that's true, then they still have work to do after they finish the game. So what happened to Margaret? Like, we do know Elizabeth has something to do after that. How about Margaret? That doesn't really tell me much, and I have no response anyway. So what possessed her to come blasting through the ceiling instead of using the door? I decided not to bother asking her that. I met so many different people over the last year, but trying to have a conversation with this girl is like trying to ride a wild horse. She's just going to ignore the direction I'm trying to steer us towards and just veer her wherever she wants. Best to just hold on and go along with the ride then. Maybe if I pay attention, she'll tell me something worth my time. Even if I try to ask her any questions, she'll likely just to be confused anyway. Just as I'm having that thought, the girl seems to notice my hesitation and starts to talk about herself. Her eyes lit up with a sincere passion. She really is a hard one to read.
私には願い事があるのです。その成就には長い時が必要かもしれない。私の望みが叶うには今よりもずっと大きな力が必要なのです。
Do we have to fight her?
絆を力に変えてゆくワイルドの素養。私はそこに鍵があるような気がしております。
ワイルドってものについては確かに知っているが、
私はあの力にこそ私の願いを叶えるためのつっかけがある気がした。
We have to fight her.
つっかけ？
膝っかけ？とっかいひっかい。まあそんなようなことでございます。
She's having trouble coming up with the right words, but I can hear her sincerity in her speech. Probably. In other words, I think she means that the power of wildcard is related to her desire and came here. I don't think it's worth to ask she knew I had the power, or when she found out about it. Just as I'm struggling to follow the meandering path of her conversation, she brings up an outrageous suggestion.
このようにいたしましょう。私とお手合わせいただきたく存じます。
What? Someone please tell me how she reached the conclusion that this was a good idea. I don't think I have a chance of talking her out of it though. Okay, this is another thing. Like, Elizabeth and the people in the Velvet Room, they are the existence of a different plane, if I would like to explain it. Okay? This world, the invisible walls, should not affect her. There's no way that she's being controlled by the shadow as well. But of course, I have to say, I have to try. So I say, we're going to fight.
私、正直ワクワクしております。期待がマッハ加速でございます。ありていに申し上げれば、私はあなたの中に眠る可能性を見せていただきたいのです。
念のために聞いておくけど、俺の言葉通じてます？幻なんてことは。
Oh, don't worry, she's like that.
あのような小細工、おととい来やがるべきでございます。そう。
正気でこれなのか。ある意味すごいな。
She's not right in the mind. If I were to explain, like this is her normal, and her normal is not normal. Well, maybe she understands what I meant by mentioning the illusions. If that's so, then she's at least have some idea of what's going on around here. And even though she might understand it, she still wants to fight me. Weird thing is, Aegis is still here, right? And shouldn't she realize that Aegis is there? Because Aegis kind of like gained the power of the wild card. She gained the power of the wild card after that happened, you know? I wonder though if she's unrelated to General 30 plans and invited herself into the tournament. Do the usual rules apply? They can't force it on her, but if she participates, it works? As I think about it, Elizabeth taps her foot on the ground and takes the fighting posture. She really does want to fight. The huge leather book bound in her hand opens, as if by itself. A torrent of power pours from the open book with a blue light. I can't believe that this strange girl has such an unimaginable power. She seems so aloof. No, it may be more correct to call it an air of imminent violence. To be honest, I was really only saying that in the hopes of bluffing her. I have absolutely no room to hold back in this fight. So I hurriedly cast off my fears and focus on the upcoming battle. There's no room for doubt. I need to hit her with my full strength from the start. Because if she's a member of the Velvet Room, it's gonna be really, really tough. She's Optimus boss level tough. Even if I were to fight her with the intent of killing her, I'll be lucky not to end up dead myself. At least that's how I feel. Elizabeth-san calmly begins the battle.
参ります。ドロー、ペルソナカード。
ドロー、ペルソナカード。We're making good progress. Wait, did I say Thanatos?
Round final. Fight. 処理を詰める。一目。
なるほど。ペルソナ。踊る。ドロー、ペルソナカード、入りなさい。疾風。強烈が確認。
Oh, damn it! Oh, I might die. Yeah. rematch. I kinda expected this.
Round final. Fight. 処理を詰める。
驚きでこれがなかなか
遊びす
参りマットレキオン軍これがの残
処理を詰める。
念驚きサモレキオン軍これがなかなか
遊びを
ウエストうっかり
Okay, that's a bit surprising. You block a sword with a book. She blocked a sword with a book. They say a pen is mightier than a sword. They didn't say anything about books. Just when I thought I managed to throw her off balance, Elizabeth's son gets back up elegantly as if nothing had happened. Suddenly, I feel an intensity build up in the air. Don't tell me she hadn't been taking this seriously at all up until now. In the next moment, I'm swallowed in a torrent of power like a leaf being blown into the air, without the slightest understanding of what is happening. My vision blurs as I spun about, and before I can tell up from down, the floors jump towards me and I'm slammed to the ground. Am I going to lose? As my questions fade, I see the faces of my friends and Eigi-san. All those I had fought up against until now. It's like that story when you see your life flash before your eyes just before you die. Am I dying? Can I really accept that? It's not over. I haven't lost yet. I'll fight as much as I have to in order to save my friend. I have to keep fighting. I've come so far. I can't lose heart now. I desperately force my legs to move and manage to stand up again. Elizabeth-san shuts her book with an air of finality.
なるほど、堪能させていただきました。確かに強い力をお持ちのようです。
The unyielding torrent of power suddenly ceases without warning. Is it over? I was hoping that Margaret would save us. Even as I come to understand that, I continue to stand stock still, unable to
先
move.
ほどのアイギス様との戦いを経て、あなたの体力はすでに限界だったはず。事実、私との戦いの中においても、あなたの心は何度も折れてしまいそうになった。ですが都度、あなたを支える多くの心があなたに力を与え、あなたは立ち上がった。うん。
She cuts herself off and nods to herself, as if to confirm some
興味
suspicion.
深い戦いでございました。占いの収穫もあったかと存じます。
占い
鈴なり猫なりまあ、ともかく上機嫌でございます。
Even after a battle, she acts like that. I feel like a fool for believing that she really would have killed me, even if it felt quite real at the time. I can't believe any of this. My legs give out under me, and I sink to the ground. Maybe she understands how I feel. Elizabeth-san looks straight into my
一
eyes.
つだけお聞かせ願います。
What?
望まぬ未来が訪れぬよう戦い続ける。その選択は果てしない困難の童貞。あなたはそれでも歩み続けるのですか？
Margaret had said something similar just before this tournament had begun. How had I overcome the ordeal concerning last year and opened the door? Margaret and Elizabeth's words come together in my mind.
そうだな。未来を目指すとは戦うことじゃない。戦い続けるということかもな。
Opening the door is necessary, but it's not what truly is important. What's more important is making sure that you follow the path that's beyond the door. Only once you have that path in mind does it matter whether you have opened the door or not. That's how I feel.
戦い続けるさ。 望む未来を手に入れるために。
Elizabeth Sang smiles. It seems the former dweller of the Velvet Room is pleased with my answer. She must have chosen a path of her own at some point and is doing everything in her power to see it through. Maybe I'm jumping to conclusion, but I feel as if I understand her a little better
では
now.
私そろそろおいとまいたします。不詳エリザベスでございました。
With this, Elizabeth briskly walked out of the room. She caused me some trouble, but I also learned something about myself as well. I think I'll call it a draw. Oh, no, it wasn't. As I wave goodbye to Elizabeth, I hear Egi-san getting to her feet behind me.
私
無事ですか？無理に動かない方がいい。
I was concerned at first, but Egi-san doesn't seem to be hurt, or damaged, or whatever you'd say. She was likely just knocked out. I had absolutely no chance of winning if I'd gone easy on her either. This is getting
あな
ridiculous.
たは優しいですね。まだ会って間もない。それも機械の私を心配してくださるなんて。
Dude, this is the... Dude, it's been like an hour. You got 4 girls, man. Well, okay, like we can see like half about the president. Then after that we got Chie. Then we have Aegis. Elizabeth maybe like 3. Okay. I would consider the president as half and Elizabeth as half, so let's make it 3, okay?
別に普通のことじゃないのか。
Man, it's strong on this guy. Egi-san lost at my
ほら
confusion.
そういう顔。なんていうか機械って気がしないんだ。
God damn it.
あ
NTR?
なたには心があるんだろう。だったら人間か機械かなんて関係ない。
Egi-san stops laughing and thinks deeply for a moment. But after a few seconds, she looks back up at me with a serious look in her eye.
私はあなたとの戦いに敗れました。つまり容易にこの先へは進めないということです。でもあなたになら私の思いを託せるかもしれない。任務のことを聞いていただけますか？
What is it? I have no reason to say no. I look at Egi-san square in the eyes and nod reassuringly. And so, Egi-san told me about her directive, and it was truly surprising. There was another case involving personas and shadows outside of Inaba, even before our adventure last year. And she is a weapon with a heart, created with the express purpose of wielding personas to fight the shadows. She believed that this current situation came to be because someone had stolen a similar weapon and caused it to enter the TV world. The Evokers! Is it? I think it's the Evokers.
つまりあなたと同じ少女型で心を持ったそういう存在がもう一人いてそれが原因だと。
Metis! Metis!
私たちは彼女の回収のためにこの世界を訪れました。
Metis!
いえ、対シャドウ特別制圧兵装5式ラビリスは今もこの世界にいるのです。
Nanako, Miss President, her shadow, and now Labris? Aegis, Metis, Labris, Is. I have a mountain of tasks to accomplish now, but even though I have a lot to do, I can't ignore any of it.
ラビリスの特徴を教えてくれ。できる限り回収に協力するよ。
それが
Agi-san expression clouds. She said that she was a machine, but she really is no different from a human. As I pondered, I listened to what she has to say. It's discouraging.
容姿や性能、搭載された装備については不明か。
Basically, all she can tell me is that Labris is a robot who built to look like a girl. Wait a second. I did meet a girl I didn't know in the TV world. Miss President. Could Miss President be Labris?
その 見た目が人間らしい可能性はないのか。先ほど姉だと言っていたので、勝手に先に作られたものと思っていたが。
姉は旧世代機、厳密にはテストベッドでした。容姿が私より人間に近いことはほとんどないと思います。
Then there's no way Miss President could be Labris. I could tell at first glance that Egi-san was a machine. Miss President appears to be completely human. I never once considered that she might be human until just now. But that just makes things even more complicated. What in the world is going on in this TV world?
とにかく探してみよう。どちらにしても俺は放送室へ向かう。この事件がラビリスのせいで起きているなら、嫌でも最後には見つけることになるさ。
I shrugged slightly. I don't want to be so grave. I guess must sense what I'm trying to do and smiles.
すみません。姉をよろしくお願いします。
Labris is his older sister? Metis is a younger sister. Of course, I give Sang a determined nod and run out of the classroom. But man, what a busy golden week. I have to make sure Nanako's okay, find Miss President, unmask whoever masquerading as Teddy, and now search for Labris somewhere in here? Maybe all of them are connected. If this wasn't happening, I'll be kicking it with my friends at the Juno's food court. Yukiko was trying to be coy, but I'm pretty sure that big bundle she was carrying was a box lunch she made for us. Ah, Yukiko! As to how it might taste, let's not get aside. Oh yeah, shit. If it's her cooking, we did. I'm sure we all enjoyed it anyway. You won't if you die. Eventually, I would call Nanako over and would have brought some snacks together. There were things I wanted to buy from Shiroku's store, and maybe I could have made it to Souzai Daigaku in time to buy the last of their special koroke. I wanted to talk with the owner of Daidara and get some books from the Yomenaido bookstore. I have a steak bowl at Aya, hung out with the fox at the Tatsuhime shrine, waited for my uncle so we could have dinner, and tomorrow I have gone fishing. If the one who ruined my vacation and caused all this problem is the same person who stole Labris, and if they truly brought Nanako back into the TV world, I'll never let them go for that. As I run, I come across yet another blue door. Perhaps it's a sign to that I need to calm down. True, I may have lost my cool for a moment. Chisco Banjo! I run towards the door with a relaxed smile. Margaret, what gives? Your sister's crazy. Margaret is in her usual spot. I glance around to see if there's anyone else in here. It looks like her nutcase of a sister isn't here. Nutcase of a sister. Margaret notices me looking and sighs, a seductive sound that also conveys annoyance.
どうやら妹がご迷惑をおかけしたようね。
Drag her back!
でもあなたの持つ可能性の光に惹かれたのは一人だけではなかった。
Ah?
どういうことかしら。
There's a hint of tenderness towards her sister in her words. The sister must be important to her. I can tell from the looks of her face. Do I look like that when I talk about Nanako? No, you don't. It's much worse. Margaret pulls herself together and speaks again.
の迷いやささやきを乗り越えて、あなたは新しい覚悟を得た。
A new resolve. I find myself nodding
真
along.
実の扉にあなたは手をかけた。でも人の心は移ろうもの。だから人には一度の勝ち負けではない。戦い続ける覚悟が必要なの。
分かっている。
でもそれは生涯終わらぬ辛い戦いよ。あなたにそれができて。
The way she puts it makes it seem as if she was testing me. I don't respond immediately and think about the question. I would be lying if to say that I'm not worried. I know that my heart can be swayed by change. There's no knowing what will happen from moment to moment. But even then,
一人じゃなければ大丈夫だ。
そう。
Margaret nods slightly in
あなたの
response.
答え、確かに聞かせてもらったわ。前にも話したでしょ。千の言葉よりも一つの行動に心は震える。
She smiles, my vision begins to blur. I hear words being repeated. I've reached the threshold of truth. Everything that's happened during the course of this case runs through my mind. The new appearance of the TV world, this tournament pitting us up against each other, the student council president, a fake Teddy. My encounter with a weapon in her heart, Aegis-san searching for her sister Labris, and the determination that I gained through the constant battles. What I must accomplish. How do I show what I decided through my actions? It seems that the number of invisible walls has decreased. Could this mean that the end is near? Just as I think that I hear a familiar face. That was Miss President's voice. It was coming from the door to the announcement room. I finally made it. I opened the door to the announcement room and rushed inside.
おやー、ようやく来たくまね。いらっしゃい先生。コングラチュレーション。P-1 グランプリ優勝のご感想は？
The general smirks at me as I pass through the door. Behind him, Miss President and Rise. When the two of them sees me, Miss President looked confused, while Rise's face light up with joy.
あんた、なんで？先輩、来てくれたんだ。遅いよ。
I have to stay cautious of the general, but I signal to the girls that everything will be alright now. Eh. The general is closer to them than I am. I can't afford to make any reckless moves just yet. And there's one more thing I need to know.
クマ、ナナコはどこだ？
I look around the announcement room, but Nanako is nowhere to be found. She's Komancho. The general's face distorts with an ugly peak.
ナナちゃんならここにいるクマよ。
Oh shit.
ほら。
Indeed. Slowly, the general extends the arm that was held behind him. Oh, she's dead! And there was Nanako. Her arms are clutched to her chest, and she slowly takes a few steps towards me, obviously frightened.
Nanako.
After taking a step forward, I noticed something bizarre. The general disappeared. For a brief instant, my full attention had been focused on Nanako. The general had been standing directly behind her, but now he's gone. How could he have gone somewhere else that quickly, right in front of me without me noticing it? Oh shit. It's a trap, but he's gonna take it. While I'm confused about the general's disappearance, Nanako weakly calls to me. Being in the TV world has obviously taken a toll on her. She totters towards me unsteadily, looking ready to collapse at any moment. I can think of the general later. I have to save Nanako right now. As I reach out to her, Rise yells.
先輩、ダメ。そこにはナナコちゃんなんていないよ。
Nanako's not here? What is she saying? No, she's right here. This is what I'm about to say. Though my hand stops. Something's not right. I try to look into Nanako's face once more, and in her eyes, I saw madness.
惜しかったクマね。もうちょいで先生おだぶつだったのに。
He's dead.
貴様。
I barely reacted in time to draw my sword to block the attack. The general suddenly appeared out of nowhere to attack me with his cane, and I get a good look at him as our weapons clash together. I see the madness in his face, the same madness that I had seen in Nanako's only a moment before. That's when I noticed that Nanako had disappeared. What's going on?
違うよ先輩。そこには最初からそいつしかいない。そいつは自分の姿を他の者に見せる性質を持ってるの。
自分の姿を他の者に見せる。
あいつは先輩たちの見たり聞いたりする力を自分の思い通りに歪めることができるの。
That's right, the enemy is able to control what I see and hear. I realized that after all the battles I have fought, but seeing Nanako had made me forget all that. The general laughs at this.
私の力じゃいない人を見せるのは難しいのに、マジにナナコって子が見えちゃったの？あんたよっぽどね。
Just like how my friends hadn't actually gone crazy before a fight, Nanako had never been brought into this world in the first place. The appearance before me is a fake. He distorted our senses all to make us suffer. But just as I thought, couldn't deceive Rize's personal abilities. That's why he kidnapped her, to keep her from warning us during this tournament. Now that I know that, I pushed the general's cane away and jumped towards the girls in order to distance myself from him. Good. Now I'm between them and the general. I then looked straight at the one behind this. I looked straight at the one behind this bizarre situation.
お前は一体何者なんだ。
まだわかんないの？たっく、おバカがガン首揃えてゾロゾロと。いいよ。私が誰だかじっくり見ればいい。ほら、目ん玉かっぽじってよーく見なよ。
Ooh. Wings? Wait, the shadow, right?
我は影。
Shin Naruware.
真なる我。
うちと同じ顔。
I saw metal limbs, golden eyes, and a ponytail. A mirror image of Miss Present's face, even though she was standing behind me trembling.
ほらどう？見たかったんでしょ私の正体。
なんでうちに化けるんよ。違うよ。あれがあいつの本当の姿。あれはあなたのシャドウなの。これがシャドウ。ほんまにうちから出たん？
Lisa tries to calm Miss President, but the girl shakes her head in denial and squeezes her eyes shut. While Miss President refuses to look at this mechanical-looking being, I now understand what's going on. Because this isn't the first time I've seen a robotic girl before. All the facts match up. The way she was able to run so fast without so much as breathing heavily, even in the TV world, the senses of wrongness that I had when Miss President had asked me about killing my friends, the way she avoided telling me her name, that superhuman strength when she hit Chie, and that incredible jump to get away from us, and the Shadow's ability to interfere and senses of other people. Just as Margaret had said, all the pieces to the puzzle were laid out before me. They've all come together, and now I've seen the truth. She is indeed Labris. Labris, another weapon with a heart, stolen by someone unknown and thrown into the TV world, created this school and forces us to fight with our friends. This deep-rooted depression regarding her past memories, all this took the form of Labris's shadow, who manipulated everything here.
目をそらすな。受け入れなければ奴の力はさらに強くなる。
Miss Labris only shivers when I call out to her. there has to be some reason why she believed that she was the student council president. But that's just a disguise, more for herself than us. No matter how comfortable it is, it's only there to cloud her eyes from the truth.
おそらくそれは辛い記憶だろう。だが今の君には俺たちがいる。必ず君をここから救い出してみせる。
Damn. I call out to Labris while keeping an eye on the shadow. A shadow is the darkness of the person's heart. Unless it is accepted by the person it comes from, it will never disappear for good. But with that in mind, all we can do is watch over her as she accepts the darkness within her. We have to protect her when the shadow goes berserk and tries to kill her. But Labris continues to shake her head and tremble violently. My words aren't getting through to her.
お友達が何か言ってるよ。でもさ、全然わかってないよね。この連中、脳みそまでおめでたいやつばっかり。
The shadow laughs shrilly. It continues to smear more poison into Labris's heart.
本当はこいつらにも味わわせてやりたかった。仲間同士で殺し合う苦しみを。悲しい、辛い、苦しい。目の前が真っ暗になって。 いつでも私は一人きりだった。私は兵器。戦うためだけに存在するただの人形よ。
やめて。もうたくさんや。うちは人間や。そうなんとちゃう。
This isn't good. I settled into a fighting stance, ready for anything, so I have a good idea what's going to happen.
まだそんなの言ってるの？だったら見てみなよ。あんたの本当の姿をさ。
She's gonna say it! She's gonna say it! The shadow's eyes gleam with golden light. The change begins immediately. A shimmer runs across Labris's body, and instead of a normal human girl that had been there a moment ago, she had a metallic body, just like her shadow. Wait, she's not gonna say it? Labris loses all composure and scratches at her arm, trying to tear away the metal that had appeared. But there was more to her change than just her arms. Her leg, waist, chest, even her head, everything not covered by clothing, was not obviously mechanical. The reality that she didn't want to face. There are no words we can say to her. No matter what we say, reality won't change. Labris falls to her knees, and finally mutters the words I was dreading she'd say. Oh. Here he comes. Here he comes. Huh? What? What the? What the? What the? What the? God damn it! Guess we have to go through all of this. Yosuke! I choose you!
あー疲れた。今日はやたら混んでたな。ゴールデンウィークか。今年割と連休の日取りがいいからな。ジュネスはゴールデンウィーク中も休まず営業。お楽しみイベントも盛りだくさんで皆様のお越しをお待ちしております。ま、シフト入れたの自分だけどさ。
I can yap all of them, but the only reply I'm getting is my own echo. I began to feel lonesome, so I start mopping faster. Such is life for Hanamura Yosuke, a high school working at Junes, Inaba's only shopping center. I get a lot of crap thrown in my direction because I'm the manager's son, but thanks to dealing with all that stuff, my skills have improved, and now I sometimes act as supervisor. Today's just another day at the job. This city, Yasuo Inaba. Inaba City is a rural country town that doesn't have anything more than rivers and mountains. At least it got a train running through it, but it isn't useful for commuting to big city. The place isn't pretty enough to get sightseeing either. It's a total dead spot. Really, just coming to Juna's shop is a pastime itself to the people of the town. Our store carries more than just groceries and daily commodities. There are specialties shops selling fancy clothes and other stuff too. There's even a food court with a playground on the roof. We hold events up there sometimes. All that stuff makes for some really busy weekends. When there's an extended holiday, you start to see the cars with out of town license plate in the parking lot. And now it's Golden Week. This is the busiest this place gets all year. However,
明日は休む。休んじまうぜ俺は。
normally this definitely wouldn't be the time to be taking day off. I saw the look on my dad's face when I turned in my request, but I didn't care. I absolutely can't miss tomorrow. Pause!
相棒が帰ってくんだもんよ。
Yosuke sounds like, oh my god, my husband is coming back from overseas today. He gave that vibe, man. And by partner, I mean the guy who transferred in from the city last year, Narukami. There's a reason why I call him my partner and not just my friend. Sounds wrong. See, he and I solved a case that happened last year in this tiny little town. And it wasn't some dinky ass problem like finding a lost cat or anything. Motoking TV! This was big. A series of murders. On top of that, these weren't just any ordinary murders. The crimes took place in a world inside the TV. There were these monsters called shadows living there. You and I somehow got this power to defeat them, called personas. And from that point on, we started fighting and investigating. Luckily, we came across allies who also had the same ability. But even then, every day was a fight for survival. Together, we overcame danger after danger. With comrades like this, the word friend just doesn't cut it anymore. Where's money? She's supposed to be here, right? So now this is just plain P4, not P4 golden. That goes double for you. I'm indebted to him. I trust him with all my heart. So partner feels more natural than best friend. Unfortunately, my partner had to return to the city at the end of the school year. But we promised to meet up during the Golden Week. That was 2 months ago. It seemed like an eternity. I couldn't wait. But he'll be back tomorrow. Reading this, it really just like cut everything, show this screen, and they're like, yeah, it's the wife waiting for his husband to come back. I've only been working so hardly so I could take the Golden Week off. I'm so pumped about tomorrow that I just can't relax. Wait, are we gonna get the nurse thing? That is this he's this animal suit thingy that we met last year inside the TV. He's as featherbrained as they come, but you just can't bring yourself to hate him. I ended up being the one taking care of him. I took advantage of his appearance, and now he works as a costume attention grabber for Junes. He's supposed to be on the same shift as me. That's weird. He usually comes running in ready to leave for work. I asked the cleaning ladies, but nobody's seen him since lunch. This is getting strange. He looks laid back, but he's a responsible worker, so I doubt he's slacking off. Satonaka Chie. She's a fellow classmate at Yasugami High School. Wait, are they together? It makes sense though. She's another she's another of the comrades that fought with us last year. Those of us who used Persona's form investigation team and went about solving the case, we did it cause we're the only ones who could find the killer and stop the murders. You was our leader, just so you know. Chia was in charge of brainstorming, I guess. Oh, and steak. I mean, not that she was our leading expert on steak, but she just liked it a lot. And she'll eat any meat. I remember she was psyched for Yu's return too. Is she calling to confirm stuff about tomorrow? She probably just forgot where we were meeting up. I decided to mess with her a little.
ちょうどバイト終わったとこ。明日のことならメールしたぞ。里中さんったら読まずに消したんだろう。
アギじゃないっつうの。
Huh, she's so defensive. I didn't even send her an email. Hilarious. Anyway, she suddenly gets serious.
ちょっと気になる噂聞いたの。なんか真夜中テレビがまた流れてるっぽくて。
はあ？真夜中テレビ？
That takes me by surprise. The Midnight Channel. There was an urban legend that became popular last year. If you stare into a blank TV at midnight while it's raining, you see your soulmate. Sounds sketchy, I know, but it was true. I mean, you didn't see your soulmate or anything, but it did show somebody on the TV. Long story short, whoever was shown on it was the victim in the series of murders last year. You know, there's also another thing about that part, because, like, I wouldn't say all of the people in Inaba. I would say maybe like 10% or so who watches the midnight television, the midnight channel. That means that people kind of like should have put, you know, the pieces together, and that's why I don't get it. Why like we, a group of students, okay, we do have personas and we do know like the technique and everything, right? The technique and how it happens, but for the police, they should be fully aware. Well, you can see Naoto is ahead of Naoto is ahead of us, even when she doesn't have personas of her own. So that's kind of sus that like they didn't talk about us. Or at least I thought. Oh.
うちの学校の後輩っぽい子。詳しく聞こうとしたらすごい勢いで逃げられてさ。
Wait. This is interesting, because okay, this is also a spoiler to P4. The person who started the rumors is the mastermind.
おいおい、どんな顔で迫ったんだよ。
I can see it now. Chia's grabbing the poor kid by the collar, scaring her out of her wits. She do it too. She doesn't stop once she get an idea into her head.
別に普通だって多分。でね、格闘番組とか言ってた。わかんないけど、嘘言ってる感じでもなくて。
Fighting show? That's nothing like what was being shown on the Midnight Channel last year. Maybe she was just mishearing the other students talking about some normal sports program? No, wait. I think I overheard some customer talking about that today. Whoa. They were talking about Midnight Channel?
今夜これから雨なんだって。確認してみない？
ああ、そうだな。マジだったらほっとけねえし。嘘だったらおごれよ。
Wait, I want to read this one here. 見るなら I can't see it. It's very like slanted. サッカー見たい。見るなら oh something.
じゃあ本当だったら肉をおごってよね。
なんでだよ。じゃあまた後でな。
I was trying to lighten up the mood, but things didn't really turn out that way. I'm sure my partner would have done a better job at it. he'd say, "Don't worry, I'll take care of it" or something.
真
Still.
ん中テレビね。本当ならあいつはとことん事件に愛されてんな。
Come to think of it, the incident last year started the moment you came to Inaba. If this new Midnight Channel rumor is true, I'm going to start calling him the mystery maker. That is, if it actually shows anything. Actually, I'm around 90% sure nothing's going to happen. There's no way anything's going to show
そう
up.
だ。一応幹事にも電話しとくか。
Kanji! Kanji was another member of the investigation team. He's a year younger than the rest of us. Because of his looks and the way he speaks, people get the impression that he's a violent hoodlum. Poor dude. He's actually a hard-working, honest guy. He's not the type to screw around at night, and I'm sure he'd be eager to answer a call from an upperclassman like me.
出ねえな。
Maybe he's too busy knitting or something. That's true. Despite appearances, Kanji has a surprising knack for delicate needlework. And he's no slouch either. His work's as good as the people who make a lot of money selling this stuff. Up until last year, he kept that hidden because it doesn't match with his image, but a lot of stuff happened, and now he's not so hung up on it. This kind of like makes it that he at the very least, we at the very least like reached rank 8 or rank 9 in the social link. He now sells his handmade knitted dolls at his family shop, Tatsumi Textiles. They are actually pretty popular, and lately he's been carrying yarn and knitting needles with him all the time. Ugh, come on, answer already!
家電にもかけてみっか。
Tatsumi Textiles should be closed now, so I shouldn't have a problem getting through. And to back up my theory, Kanji's mom picking it right out.
はい、辰巳でございます。
ああ、夜分遅くすみません。花村と申します。幹事くんいらっしゃいますか。
ああ、花村くん。それがね。
どうしたんすか。
消えたのよ。
消えた。
今で寝てたと思ったんだけど、見たらいなくてね。てっきり花村くんたちと一緒なのかと思ったら。
はい。うちで泊まりで勉強会をするんすけど、きっと入れ違いっすね。待ってみます。
Why did he have to lie?
それじゃあ。
Why did he have to lie? Oh god, this is stupid. If he really is missing, he said that, then Hanamura's gonna like have to, like when the police came in, he's the first person to be interrogated. Oh man, I totally panicked there and came up with some lame BS. Anji's not there. He left without a word, without a trace. I suddenly thought of Teddy too. No one's seen him since this morning either. He didn't tell me anything about where he'd be. Hold on, could this be?
いや、どんだけビビりなんだよ俺。ちょっと連絡がつかないってだけだろ。幹事のことだし、大丈夫だって。
I try to reassure myself that everything's okay, but my anxiety doesn't go away. First, this new Midnight Channel thing, and now people are disappearing. Give me a break, man. Oh, oh shit. Oh shit. Can you guys see that? Can you guys see that? Like Kuma's staying inside there. Kuma no hair. Seri. Okay, this is a fix. Kuma actually like kept the dress. God damn. Summer vacation. SGJ 48. SGJ. Oh, what does this stand for? It's not Shinjuku. If Shinjuku is SJK. I figured Teddy isn't home either. I grabbed some food and headed to my room. It's been a while since I had to wait for midnight to watch Midnight Channel. The wait is always long. I can't do anything but keep looking at the TV, so I start fiddling with the remote. And later I'm gonna call him.
ではニュースアイ、今日お伝えした主なニュースです。昨日午前に起きた鹿児島行き国内線のハイジャック事件について。
Oh, there is this. Wait, do you think this is related?
へえ、世間様もいろいろ物騒だな。
Last year, Inaba was all over the news. People I knew were being interviewed left and right. Then again, I didn't have any time to pay attention to any of that stuff until we closed the case. Jumping in and out of TV all the time really takes it out of you. I'd always hit the sack instantly I came home. I ought to be dead tired right now. Well, what with all the work I've been putting in at Junes. But I'm so impatient that I'm really more annoyed than anything else right now. I stare at the clock, and stare, and stare. Damn it, move you stupid minute hand. My cell phone rings again. It's Yukiko this time. Amagi Yukiko, another member of the investigation team and best friends with Chie. Her perfect pose makes her the center of every guy's attention, but she's definitely not what I consider ladylike. How can I put it? She's the biggest airhead I know. I mean, she's what every dude in Japan wants. I think we're all in for some trouble. Ignorance is bliss, and to judge by all the guys who are after her based on her image, I really think it's true. But you know, I also think that Yukiko I know now is better than that misplaced idea. Because her family runs an old high-class hotel, she has pressures that other people can only imagine. But deep down, she's just a normal girl with real feelings. Like, I really know what I'm talking about. If Yukiko heard me saying this, she'd kill me. Probably by making me eat her cooking. Her curry tastes like something they had to pass the law to prevent people from ever discovering again.
花村くん、こんばんは、天城です。さっき知恵からメールで。
おう、聞いてるぜ。真夜中テレビが流れてるって話だろ。たくマジかよ。里中のやつ、寝ぼけてるだけじゃねえの？
I could tell she was worried, so I tried making a joke. Come to think of it, Yukiko never really calls me like this. She must really be worried. I waited for her to reply, and what she had to say next took me by surprise.
いなくなったって。いなくなったっていうか、とにかく連絡が取れないみたい。
Okay, here's something about Japanese. Inakunatta tte, well, without a doubt, it means she's gone. If you say somebody's, somebody inakunatta, it also means that they died. They passed away.
マジ?
Risa is another part of the investigation team. She's our junior at the Yasogami High. Her full name is Kujikawa Rise. This doesn't make sense, because at a later stage of her social link, she decided to work as an idol again. So she shouldn't be in Yasoinaba. She should be in Tokyo. Yeah, you recognize the name, right? The famous pop idol Fujikawa Rise, aka Risechi. Last year, she announced she was taking a break and came to Inaba to live with her grandmother. But she started working again this year, so she's been going in and out of the city with all the stuff she's doing. From what Yukiko just told me, her manager couldn't get a hold of her all day and tried looking up the Amagi Inn to ask Yukiko if she had any ideas.
悩みとか聞いてないよな。
あったら私たちに言うと思う。忙しいけど張り切ってたし。
だよな。そこに真夜中テレビの話ってわけか。
Yukiko's voice grew me. Listening to this is making me restless too. But if you're depressed, you start thinking about more bad things. Going down that road is going to get to her. What would you do? Shoot, this is the millionth time I thought that today. Anyway, I tried to cheer you to go up.
とりあえず落ち着こうぜ。まずは真夜中テレビの方を確かめねえとさ、無駄に心配したって始まんねえし、何事も確認が大事ってやつ。
そうだよね。ありがとう、花村くん。
I hear the relief in Yukiko's voice when she hangs up. And let out a sigh. A big sigh that I could never let Yukiko hear in her state. Teddy's nowhere to be found, Kanji's vanished too, and to top it off, no one can get a hold of Rise. And for that Midnight Channel rumor to start up again at the exact same time, out of habit, I started going through the contacts in my phone. When I reached the name Naruka Miyu, I hesitate. As the leader of our investigation team, you had the biggest part in it all. But he's done with all that now, living a normal life back in the city. He's coming back to enjoy our reunion. I don't want to make him worry. I opened the curtain and look outside. Like Chia said, it was raining. All the conditions for the Midnight Channel to show up has been met. If it's going to, that is. I say that out loud, but in my heart, I'm dreading that it'll show. It was like I was almost looking forward to it. Sorewa? Yeah, it's only us.
新たな伝説が今幕を開ける。可愛い七子は誰にも渡さん。鋼のシスコン番長。
シスコン番長。
当然です。錆びれた田舎を踏み台に大英雄に俺はなる。キャプテンルサンチマン花村陽介。退屈なものは全部ぶっ壊す。女を捨てた肉食獣。男勝りの足技系ドラゴン里中千恵。
肉を食べなさい、肉を。
私をリングに連れてって難攻不落の黒雪姫天城ユキコ。
一撃で仕留める。
バラと肉体の狂い咲き戦慄のガチムチ皇帝辰巳漢字。もっと奥まで突入。見た目は子供頭脳は化け物 IQ2000 の KY 探偵白金直人。
バカ軍団ですか。
戦えたった一つの生き残りの座をかけて激闘 P-1 グランプリ今宵開戦。
Uh-oh. Disco Mancho! Seeing yourself on TV is really shocking. Am I really that goofy looking? No, that's not it. The sentiment. The sentiment. I know that word from King Moron's class. What was it again? Something about the weak hating the strong? Some kind of jealousy? Now, why the hell would I get a lame name like that? Just the sound of it makes me mad. Resentment. Now I know why Yukiko and Kanji hated the Midnight Channel so much. Yeah, because... Okay. Because... Because Hanamura didn't get... He didn't appear in Midnight Channel, okay? We went into the TV and, you know, research and try to find clues. So Hanamura awakens at that point. The others, they are stuck in and they have to face their shadows. Well, I'm interested in how Chie will see this. Well, I thought I knew all about what happened last year, but this time I'm actually experiencing it. Everyone who ended up as part of the investigation team was on the Midnight Channel at one point. And the Midnight Channel doesn't just show up any old you. It shows the weakest part of you, the part you don't want to come out, but made supersized. In other words, fake footage of you so humiliating that you want to crawl under a rock and die is broadcast all over town. What's new? And you and I managed to not have that happen to us. Cheer as well. So I guess I never really know how bad it felt. Up until tonight, that is. Ugh. Did everyone in town see this? And it's going to show up again every night after it rains? Damn it, how they managed to go on without skipping town is beyond me. Seriously, I gotta give them mad props for sticking it out. But now's not the time for that. He was acting like the host. Does that mean he's the one broadcasting the Midnight Channel this time? Could it mean that Kanji and Rise are involved too? Oh crap, why was you there? And why now? What am I going to tell him? He comes back for the holidays and everyone's gonna be all, oh look, it's the Cisco Bancho! That's messed up. Should I tell him not to come? Wait, what can I tell him at all? Knowing me, I accidentally called him that myself. I know I'll at least say he has a Syscon. I won't be able to help myself. You bastard. You bastard! What? As I wrestle with the confusion, the sudden sound scares the living crap out of me and I panic for a second. Get it together, Yosuke! You're a third year! Who could it be calling you now? Oh hell no. Of all people, it had to be you! And what should I do? Tell him? Don't tell him? I reflexively hit the answer button before I figure out what to say. Hi, Hanamura desu kedo. He's suspicious of me. Like, really suspicious. I nervously passed the phone from one hand to the other several times. What does that make? I know how I sounded, but Yu's voice was calm. Wait, is he laughing at me? My mind went blank. How did he see it? Isn't it only a local thing? Don't tell me it's a nationwide broadcast now. Maybe he sensed how bewildered I was since he explained everything so calmly. So Teddy disappeared before he could tell me you was coming today. Wait, what about the nurse thing? I'm still trying to piece things together as you continues. Oh, I can tell he's a little angry now. I can just see him shaking his head. I bet he can tell I'm acting so nervous right now. Damn, this is embarrassing. Seriously? That's bad. The fact he accepted it like, hey, I get what I get. Jeez, he's so forgiving. That's just like him. Man, I really feel like an ass now. When I put it all into words like this, this sounds a lot worse than it had when I was thinking about it. I can hear a hint of tension in Yu's voice. You know... Okay, as you guys know, that the word for partner is aibo, right? Okay, and Japanese another thing. I'm gonna teach you something wrong, like really, really wrong right now. Like aibo. Okay, so as you know, Japanese kanji, like there's multiple ways to read kanjis, and like there's also similar sounding kanji, right? So for example, like the word for God, paper, the God, paper, hair, they are these. You pronounce kami, but you write it differently. Now, for partner, you can write it as like. This is so wrong. But I'm gonna say it anyway. So you can write it as love and stick. I'll leave the rest to you. But this is just for fun. Like, normally people won't do that unless it's like for fiction and stuff. I suddenly feel a lot less confused now. He's something. Decisiveness, confidence. He's got strength that I don't. My wandering eyes happen to stop on my desk drawer. My career choice application is in there, well past its due date. Oh.
土産いいってそんな気にすんなよ。だって欲しかったんだろ。ナース？
I have a bad feeling about this. Warning bells go off in my head before I can figure out what's going on. You had sounded so calm because he was trying to hold back laughter all the time. I hang up, barely resisting the urge to throw the phone across the room. Okay, don't panic. I need to call Chie and tell her about the plan. How am I supposed to look everyone in the face tomorrow? As if it was reading my mind, my phone goes off again. Lo and behold, it's Chie calling. Man, this... Anyone can see what's coming next. Okay, here is what I want to see. Like right now, you can just create like a group chat, right? Back in those days, like you don't have that. It's either you have to text personally to the next person, or like you're gonna call them. But it takes money. But it's kinda good. Wait. Carnivore who discarded womanhood crap. Well, that's a 100% correct explanation. Yes, raging at the top of her lungs. You know, the more I see this, like you cannot ship Chie and Hanamura. Like they're made for each other. I let her blow off steam for a bit. Once in a while, I have to check to make sure that I haven't accidentally turned on the speakerphone. She's that loud. I mean, I know the feeling, but can you please calm down? Once Chia gets tired of complaining and hangs up, my fears and exhaustion were blown away. I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna find out. Then I'll crush whoever behind this. Eunice is crowded as hell thanks to the Golden Week. I see some employees whispering to each other, looking at me, but I pretend not to notice. So they did watch it. I run into you before everyone else. Thankfully, he doesn't bring up the nurse thing again. Instead of talking about the welcome party he had with Nanako. Maybe there's a little truth to that syscon line, eh? As we step into the food court, Chie and Yukiko are both sitting in their usual spots.
ようやく本日の主賓様が来たね。 元気そうで何よりじゃ。
おかえりなさい。
ああ、真夜中テレビの件ならもうこいつも知ってるぜ。てかこいつの方から電話くれたし。
そうだったんだ。なんだか慌ただしい再会になっちゃったね。でも来てくれてよかった。
Both of them sound happy. Neither of them show this "I'm totally counting on you" attitude towards me. What's up with that?
花村、目が死んでる。
うるせえ、男にはいろいろあるんです。
あ、進路指導表のこと早く出しなさいって先生言ってた。
え、あれまだ出してないの？やばくないそれ。
We haven't seen this part.
うっせるっせるっせえの。そうじゃなく、
Seeing you take a seat, I clear my throat to grab their attention. Alright, let's start this.
じゃあ久々だっつうのに再び事件に当たっちまった相棒の帰還を祝しつつ、昨日の真夜中テレビ放送再開を受けてここに特別捜査隊を再結成します。
おう、再結成。その名前聞いたら燃えてきた。やるぞー。
いや、拍手はおかしくね。
I mean, it's pretty exciting, but the reason we're reforming the team is because another case was solved. I look to you for some support, but he's clapping along with the rest of them. You too, Narukami? Anyway, seeing them all open to the idea takes some tension out of the situation.
じゃあ始めますか。つうかのっけから割と笑い事じゃねえんだよな。連絡が取れないのは熊、幹事、リセの3人だな。
うん。あ、直人くんには連絡はしたけど事件のことは言ってない。仕事で今日こっちにいないって聞いてたし、来らんないのに心配させてもさ。
We need her.
改めてすごい残念がってた。
Naoto is another investigation team member. She was the last to join. She's 1 year below us in school. I wish that she's wearing more girly clothes, you know? Why the heck does she have to like hide it? Even though she's a student, she's also a detective, and the cops rely on her for tough cases. Naoto helped out a lot during last year's incident. Wait, she's definitely like researching, like she's definitely on the like plane hijack thing. We're definitely gonna, as we go through different characters, we're definitely gonna like know more about it. And I really wanted to go through this fast because I want to play Kindergarten Deliverance! I want to play Kindergarten Deliverance! But I love this game! Well, I love the P-1 team. But I want to play Kindergarten! She's incredibly skilled, but that also makes her really busy. Even after the events of last year, she's been running around. She tried to get an opening in her schedule for today, but I guess it didn't work out.
ちょっと気になったんだけど、昨日のテレビ映像すごい鮮明だったよね。
ああ、鮮明に映るのは被害者がテレビの中に入ってからってのが去年のパターンだな。
けどあんな大勢映るなんて初めてじゃない？第一あたしらまだこっちにいるし。てかなんであたしら？しかもあんな失礼なキャッチフレーズ付きでさ。
Both Chie and Yuko are crying. Lies and slander. But those catchphrases they got on were pretty on the mark, if you ask me. Of course, I never say that to their faces. Hell no. I do value my life, you know.
一番気になるのはクマだ。番組の中でも主催者のように振る舞っていた。
ああ、しかもそのクマが姿をくらましてる。
怪しい。まあわけもなくこんなはっちゃけた悪さしない気はするけど。
I agree there. We don't have much choice but to ask Teddy why she's doing this, which means
テレビの中入って調べるしかねえか。
けどクマくんがいないと出口もなくない？
あの出口テレビは置きっぱにさしてんの。
うわ、用意周到。
だってさ、考えてみ。あいつがあっちにいねえ時にうっかり寝ぼけてテレビに突っ込んだりしたら怖くね？
んなどじいないって。
とにかく
それならテレビの中に入って調べられるね。
ああ、向こうで何かが起きてるのは間違いない。
The host Teddy has disappeared, but he isn't the only one missing. Kanji was listed as one of the participants, and Rise wasn't even mentioned. We're just gonna have to jump into the TV and investigate. You gives the
みんな
order.
準備は？
できてるぜ。てか正直そうなる予感がありありできたしな。
I already locked up all my weapons and junk today with the intention of doing this. It'll be my first time in a while going to the TV world. And for the first time in a while, I've done anything out of the ordinary at all. This is serious business, but I can't help but get excited about this. You know what I mean? The days when we ran around town as the investigation team, I mean, it wasn't all fun and games. There were plenty of hardships and sad times. But I learned a lot of important stuff because of them. It changed me. I never felt so fulfilled in my life. So it makes me wonder, what about this time? Is something like that waiting for me? Something that's going to change me.
って何考えてんだ俺は。
I shake my head and focus on the task at hand. We don't know what lurks inside the TV. Negligence could mean death. I leave the food court with the rest of the investigation team. We seen this. Can I skip the cutscenes? Because like we're definitely gonna see it. We're definitely gonna see it again and again. Wait. Oh hell no. I can hear a lot of people talking from far away. Where am I? And I'm at a desk? I raise my head slowly to find myself at the same old desk with the setting sun filling the room. Man, my mind isn't thinking straight at all. Wait, what was I doing? Shoot, did I doze off?
帰ってバイト行かねえと。なんだ？
All of a sudden, the sound of cheering echoes up from outside. The students from the classroom all join in cheering and rush out the door. The hell? Seriously, what's going on? I run to the window and look down the schoolyard. The area in front of the school gate is swarming with students. I look around, but there isn't anyone left in the room to ask. I don't want to be a rubbernecker just because everyone else is, but I have to find out what's going on. After some internal debating, I decided to take a look. There's a giant crowd at the school gate. The gate itself has some funky decoration and a big ass sign. I've seen those words somewhere before, but where was it? Where did I see it? My mind's all hazy. I can't think. Whoa, now what? I turn around at where the whistle came from and see a female student standing there, holding a megaphone. She has a long ponytail and strong-willed eyes. Damn, she's really hot. When did a girl like this end up in our school? And how did I not know about it until now? She really stands out, but I don't think I've ever seen her before. I can almost see the anger baking off of her. She definitely has a lot of spirit. And yet, none of the other students had so much as turned around. She gets ready to blow her whistle off again when our eyes met. I remember now, the P-1 Grand Prix that show up on the Midnight Channel. Use the Cisco Bancho, and she is the Nichokuju. And I'm Captain Resentment. What a fantastic nickname. I just want to go kill myself. Ugh, who the hell come up with this crap? What the heck is the P-1 Grand Prix anyway? Don't tell me it's being held at school.
こんなグランプリ生徒会は認めへんよ。
ね、生徒会？
生徒会長の顔くらい覚えとき。
生徒会長？
With a prominent position like that, there's no way I wouldn't remember her.
Hi, Hachiko Boys and Girls P-1 グランプリいよいよ開幕よ。
この声、リセ？学校にいるのか？
校内放送まで使ってるん？何度言うたらわかる？これが最後の警告や。早く撤収しなさい。いやー、リセチあの子嫌い。邪魔。みんなパパッと追い出しちゃって。
After Risa gives the order, all those students turn around to look, and then they rush straight at us. Geez, not a single one of them gave a damn about the presents up until now. What are they trying to do to us? I'm not going to start anything crazy here, but this probably isn't the time to start taking things either. But at the very least, I should get this girl to safety. I turn towards her. Surprisingly, she's standing on the ground in the face of all the students. She's definitely staring back at them. Miss President tosses a megaphone aside and lightly taps one of the charging students, and he slams to the ground as if a truck had hit him. The other students soon met the same fate. It's like they didn't expect her to do anything. Before I know it, the student council president is the only one left standing. When Risa speaks, the monitor above the girl's head starts swinging back and forth. My body moves out of instinct. I yank her aside and shove her behind me to protect her. I looked up and a giant monitor is right in front of my face. Oh shit. Yeah! Slowly opened my eyes to see someone I know very well standing before us. The other me, my persona. Hiraiya! The monitor was cut right in half, the two pieces lying on either side of us. I was able to summon my persona. Huh? Wait, isn't this Yasugami High? You can only summon persona inside the... Hey, that's right. Oh yeah, I finally remember everything. I jumped inside the TV with you and the others. But wait, then who is this girl? What the heck is our school doing inside the TV world? I'm sitting there confused when Lisa's voice chimes in from the PA system. That was definitely Lisa's voice. But, so I guess she's inside the TV too. But I never expected her to say anything that cruel. What's going on here? The student council president starts running towards the school building. Then she turns around and waves. After all that glaring, this is the first time I've seen her smile. It's cute. After that, she runs off again like the wind. And she thanked me too. So I got an internet. No, bad Yosuke. This is not the time to get hot and bothered. It was really impressive the way she was tossing those people left and right, but it's dangerous to run around here without a persona. Besides, a word like this in the TV means... But as I try to chase after her, the PA system cuts into my train of thought. The watching students are all looking this way. In Yu's side, we actually fought Hanamura first. Wait, does she mean that this challenger is... The nearby monitor turns on, Teddy's on it. Who is it? Smoke shoots out, enveloping everything. Wait, someone's stepping out of it.
お前はもうフィレ肉だ。
お前はもう死んでいる。
里中？
あ、花村君、残念。
俺で悪かったな。つか、どうなってんだ？リセもクマもなんか、ね？
Oh?
なんで生唾飲んでんだよ。
She is acting weird. Okay, she's always weird, but this is weird. Even by Chia's standard. Her eyes are glittering and she... What the hell? Why is she licking her lips while she's staring at me?
花村、食べていい？
え？おう？
もっと太らせてからがいいかな。筋張ってそうだし。
何が？
花村。
何言ってんの？つかお前何言ってんの？
Wait a second. Maybe it's just a figure of speech for something more intimate. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's no way she had the gut to say that in front of everyone. As I panic, she just shrugs a kung fu pose and makes a forceful declaration.
なぜなら肉がそこにあるからだ。
やっぱそっちの意味かよ。しかも何名言っぽく言ってんだよ。
花村、心配しないで。痛くしない。
So they mess with her perception.
いや、絶対痛いだろ。
あんたは私の中で生き続けるよ。
Sounds weirdly horny.
消化するつもりじゃん。
You're planning to... This is more like... it should be said like, you're planning to digest me?
いただきまペルソナ。
She summons a persona? Is she serious? Like, is she really going to nom down on Yosuke File?
里中が故障してっぞ。どうなってんだこれ。くそ、やるしかねえ。
I need to fight for my life. There's no way I'm going to be her 3-course meal. If it's she can eat in one meal. Okay, we finished this fight and we'll end the stream. It's been 2.5 hours. I really want to play Kingdom Come.
Round final. Fight.
1 deck! Oh damn! Place a bookmark. Okay, I think this is where we'll end for today. 2.5 hours. Okay. I think like there's like 15 scenes for you. That means like more or less it's like 7, 8 fights or so. Okay. And it is gonna be pretty long though if you do it like this. So 20 minutes per scene, and like this like 7 or 8. So it's gonna take around 2 to 3 hours per. Okay, 3 hours or so per character. I'm at a loss because like I was really looking forward to Kingdom Come Deliverance, okay? And like I bought an SSD to play Kingdom Come Deliverance, and I just got it installed today, and I'm able to finally load the game, okay? So what I'm thinking right now, oh boy, like as you guys know, I'm the kind of guy that will like play the game until the end before I move on to the next one. But I think about looking at this, what I'm gonna do is like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm gonna play Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And in between, I'm gonna slot in Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, okay? So at the very least I have some variety. So I'm just gonna like stream on Tuesday and Thursday for it. But that's only temporarily until I finish P4 Arena Ultimax. After that, I'm just gonna like focus on, as usual, where Monday to Friday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm gonna stream one particular game, okay? But since I started this, I wanna finish it, okay? So yeah, that's what I'm planning. So Monday, I'm gonna start playing Kingdom Come Deliverance, but on Tuesday we're gonna play back this, okay? We're gonna like continue with your game. Okay, so with that said, I'll end the stream here, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm so looking forward for Kingdom Come Deliverance. So I'll be off for now. See you guys next time. Bye bye.